Hello, it's Wasteland Wednesdays, and oh my gosh, it's good to be back. I hope you're all well. We're going to be picking up the second installment of Fallout RPG from Modiphius. It's the starter set Once Upon a Time in the Wasteland. And if you haven't seen the first installment, it is currently live on our Twitch channel, and we'll be uploading that along with this and the others to YouTube in due course. So if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Right, let's crack on, shall we? We have an amazing cast with us, including the missing player from last week. So without further ado, thank you very much for joining. My name's Phil, and welcome to the Dark Orb. Let's do it. Let's bring on our GM, Chris.
Hello.
Great to see you. Thank you for coming back.
That's okay. I had to run it, right?
Well, you know, it's optional. You get a choice. And who else do we have? We have, of course, the wonderful Yoel.
Great to see
you. We have Erin from last week.
Hello.
And lovely to see you, Emma. Thank you for joining. And yeah, this is going to be fun. I must confess, it's been an entire week since we were last here. So I think, first of all, obviously, we're going to need to ball up this stream and throw it over to Chris over there. Oh, he missed it.
Lost it. I didn't see that one coming.
Well, okay, I'll have to try again. No, Chris, do you want to give us a brief recap of where we were?
Yeah, so we were outside Vault 95. It was probably late in the afternoon. You'd gone in search of items to scavenge, seeing the vault with the door slightly open. At which point you met 3 other people on your travels, and you were in a bit of a standoff when we first started. That standoff was interrupted by a scream of a woman from inside the vault, followed by 3 exiting raiders as they thought you were on their patch to steal their turf, and they began firing. You dispatched of the 3 raiders, 1 specifically, and then 2 ran away in sheer fear of the hole in the guy that you did kill before you entered the vault. Downstairs, you met Mika, the woman who had screamed. She'd managed to make her way down into what was looked like a security office or one of the rooms in the vault with a couple of computer desks, where you'd taken refuge from the patrolling robots, which you very quickly alerted to your presence, and you decided to dive into the room. Dr. Rast persuaded you to help Mika by running for the elevator and making your way outside, upon which point she sadly passed, but not before she told the 3 of you, 4 of you with Dr. Rast, I guess, about a device that she's been keeping locked away for a certain purpose to help what she described as her family, her vault family. And she has in her possession somewhere near Diamond City a Garden of Eden creation kit. That sparked your interest to say this is probably a worthwhile effort. It's a very valuable item. All you've got to do is find a person who went by the name of Clement inside Diamond City. And Dr. Rast conveniently knows the way. So let's begin. It's been several hours since leaving Vault 95 behind, and the travel's been hard. But Dr. Rast continues to push recklessly ahead into the wee hours of the night. And slowly, the green hue of the glowing sea subsides in the sky above. Dark clouds blot out the stars, bringing with them a light but deadly rainfall. And as the rain starts, Rast curses quietly beneath his breath and changes course. And he leads you to a burnt-out house nearby. Only sections of the house's walls are still standing amidst the rubble, but its tin roof still hangs on the ceiling, if just barely. And it's at least enough to protect you from the worst of the whipping radioactive winds and the acid rain outside. A small fire appears to be flickering through the dark doorway as you get closer, with a figure knelt around it for warmth. And as Rast walks towards the door, he begins to speak. I slept here last night. It seemed safe enough. That's when I met this guy inside. I thought he'd been gone by now, though, as Rast explains. As he removes his lab coat and tosses it over the broken couch in the living room. Evening, friend. How come you're still here? Not found any scrap worth taking back to Diamond City yet? And beneath the coat, you can see Rast wearing nothing more than a dirty set of old long johns. Well, I suppose we should stay here tonight, guys. Diamond City's still a long hike from here, and we'll need our rest. And before he disappears, as he says that, he disappears into one of the back rooms of the house, leaving you all alone with each other and this new stranger. Emma, do you want to introduce your character? Just describe what they look like at the moment.
Yes, my character's Happy Tommy Doyle. He's got his hair kind of slicked back. He's dirty kind of under his fingernails, big kind of trench coat, and just kind of hunched over a noodle cup. Doesn't seem to have noodles in, but it's like some dirty coloured water. And he's like, all right. Yeah, he's got lots of stuff gathered around him. Seems kind of friendly, kind of charming, but yeah, doesn't know you, so slightly standoffish.
And I guess to the rest of the group, what would the three of you do to prepare the camp for the night?
I pick up my fern that I've been carrying all day from my satchel. I put it gently on the ground, saying, Bonnie, we're going to sleep here tonight. And kind of ignores everything around us. A new person is here. So, I've seen new persons before. Just sits down with my potted fern and starts flicking through a magazine, putting on my reading spectacles.
Just sort of wipe some slop from my mouth and what's these do?
Does anyone share? So, does anyone share anything around this campfire as you kind of settle in for the night? You've got a quiet moment. One thing to bear in mind is in a new location, if you wanted to spend that time scavenging, you're allowed to. You can do that if you like in this ruin of a house. If you just want to sleep and rest, you can do that as well.
Augusta, she pulls out her Vault-Tec branded canteen and sort of unpacks it to look as if she's going to start making a little bit of food. So canteen as in like a little food box pack thing, or canteen as in water thing?
Water, yeah.
Oh, it's a water thing. Okay.
I mean, if you imagine it the other way, we can have it the other way. So.
No, it's right. Yeah. So there's a canteen water thing. She opens it up and sniffs it and takes a bit and goes, I've still got some nice clean water, and sort of passes it and shares it around, offering it to this new person in the room. Some offer him our water. If we're going to be sharing a roof over our head, see that you're okay.
All right. Cheers. Yeah. I'll finish mine, but I'll pass it back. So what you doing?
So we're traveling. We're on our way to Diamond City.
Tommy's neck of the woods.
We got business up there. Dr. Rast is accompanying us. He knows the way. We're just heading that way out. So Tommy, you're from Diamond City?
Oh yeah, born and bred me.
Oh, so you know your way around up there.
Oh yeah, Tommy knows his way everywhere. Yeah. Better than
brings
that
you down this
Rast.
far?
I bet you I know more than Rast. I'll tell you that. I bet you more.
Maybe. What brings you this far down from Diamond City then?
Oh, you know, just a bit of this, bit of that, bit of scavenging, bit of, you know. Got to keep yourself on your toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bit of this, bit of that, scavenging. Very unspecific, isn't it, Tommy?
Well, you know, you got to see what's out there, isn't there? Why? What are you doing, old man?
I'm going to where my nose is pointing.
Sounds very unspecific to me. I don't know.
Old
I'll make your
Thomas
nose
just
point another way
smiles
if you're
and
not
nods.
careful.
Old Thomas just smiles. It kind of looks happy.
I'm glad you're feeling a little perky there. Hey, I got a question. Wasn't your plant called like Petunia or something yesterday?
No, it's Anna. It's always been Anna.
Sure.
I mean, I'm no plant expert, but don't petunias have colour?
Yeah. You'll see. Give it a day or two.
What?
You know, I really want to get back to that vault though.
A vault?
Yeah, we were well, we met the old fella out at one of the vaults out over there, out over yonder, and you know what? It was pretty fascinating. I'm sure there's more in there.
Well,
Killer
yeah, that way.
robots mostly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were killer robots, but you know,
Many.
riches, tech.
So why you headed the opposite direction? Don't make any sense.
Well, there was a girl, and then there wasn't, and we got a thing to do now.
It's very non-specific.
Yeah.
She gave us a job. We gotta go find someone.
Oh, Tommy can find your people. I know all the people.
Well, we're after a man called Clements.
I know some
Diamond
people
City.
who know some people.
Hey, you're from Diamond City. Do you happen to know Clemens?
You might have heard that name before.
To be fair, I'm from Diamond City as well, and I'm pretty sure I don't know him.
Oh, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are a few, but let's just say that I'm pretty sure that the two Clements that I know, I don't think they've got what we're looking for.
Everyone knows a bit of Tommy Doyle. And what he
Yeah.
means by that is that he has a gambling addiction and everyone knows him in a bad way, but you don't know that.
Everyone knows how good he is at losing his money.
Yeah, he's a good source of money.
Speaking of finding things, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm just gonna have a little scavenge around and see if I can find anything.
Okay. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be a perception plus survival test. It's
Cool.
quite difficult to find anything being a ruined house, but give it a go.
Maybe I'm trying to find ruined things. So let's see how we do the survival roll.
Hey, maybe. Hey.
I have
got
no
a
idea.
success.
That doesn't seem to be showing up properly. I might have to reload that page.
Done that work for you? So yeah, you got one success. It's toughness, a target number of 8. So you rolled a 4 and a 10. So your one success allows you to roll on a couple of the tables a number of times.
Woo, tables.
Yeah, so you can roll one time, or you can use some action points to roll a couple more times, if you would so like. So you can roll on the clothing table, and you also get 2 d20 worth of junk items by default. So let me quickly roll how many of those you get.
Ooh, junk.
Oh, a whole 8 pieces of junk.
I love junk.
Sweet.
Yeah, junk is great. But we need to roll on the clothing table.
See if I can find it.
So I don't think it'll be in Foundry because I am not that productive. But it should be in here. So let me double check. 60. So I just need to find the right page. So if you could roll me 2d20, please. Oh, sorry. No, yes, 2d20.
Let me see if I can work out how to do this. This might work.
11 and 15. Oh, somebody do some maths. That's 26, right?
Sure.
So
Rubber waders and fishnet stockings.
Whoop, whoop. That's my outfit sorted for the evening.
you find 6 shotgun shells along with... One second. All my tables are in the wrong places.
That's great. I don't have a
Chris,
shotgun.
whilst he's going, can I go with him and bet him something that I'll find more than him? Have a little bet going.
Yeah, you could ask him, see what happens. There's no harm in that.
Hey, you, Hazel. Oh, I'd actually, you might not have introduced yourself. Hey, you.
Hi, I'm Hazel. There you go.
Bet you I can find some more in here than you. I know my way around.
Charlie.
I'll bet you a bit of what's in this noodle cup. I'll give that to you. What will you give to me?
How about if you win, you get to keep all the stuff you find?
And a bit of yours.
No.
And I'll show you a way to Diamond City. A bit quicker than that
I'm
old Rusty.
from Diamond City.
So Hazel, you found some tough clothing. So as you kind of rooted through the rubble as Tommy's trying to talk to you, you pick up a pair of workman's trousers. Looks like a remnants of a shirt. Could be cleaned up to be saleable.
Okay.
I doubt it's much better than what you've got.
I'm just trying to work out where to put that in my inventory.
If it's in there, drag and drop it. If not, just make a note of it and we can sort it out in between. Yeah.
Cool.
Tommy, did you want to search as well? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll have a little look.
Cool. So if you want to give us a perception and survival test as well. It'll be a little bit harder because Hazel's already searched the place.
Yeah.
So you're going to need 2 successes this time.
So remind me how I do that, sorry.
So it's a survival plus perception. So on your character sheet, you should have survival. It should be endurance by default. If you use the dice, what's the word? Macro. You should be able to add the numbers in. So it would be 5 plus, where are we? Survival 2. So you've got a target number of 8. So if you click on survival, we'll do the maths ourselves.
Yeah, you just change the attribute from whatever it is to whatever it should be.
So instead of endurance being 5, it needs to be changed to a 6. What's it? No. Oh, it stays at 5.
Same number. So it's fine. So let's roll it up. Oh, that's a bit of a double.
That's good. 2 successes means you get enough. So would you like to spend any action points to roll extra?
To find more stuff.
Yes. So there's the way this works is that means you do find stuff, but you'll find something, but the spending action points allows you to find more stuff. And I've got a table here where it says the maximum times you can search for something.
Let's do it.
There's a limited amount of stuff in one place. So if you're happy to spend one of the group action pool, we'll take a point away from that. So if you could roll me 2d20. Pardon me again, please.
Is that...
Perfect. And then if I actually find the right page this time, here we go. So you rolled, quick maths, 9. You find an army helmet.
Oh
yeah.
And I'm not quite sure how this works. So I'm going to ask, with your action point, you've got an option of finding food or beverages. Which would you like to find?
Beverages.
You're going to search for beverages specifically. You actually find a very old fridge. You know, like one of those little ones that you'd have like on your desk. And you open it up thinking that there'll be nothing in this. Quickly open it. And you find one whole bottle of Nuka-Cola.
Oh, pretty sweet.
That's not bad.
Well, what do you know, Hazel? Tommy's got the good stuff.
That's gonna rot your teeth.
I ain't got no teeth.
Well, what is it you?
So you grab your loot and you head back to the group around the campfire and you begin to settle down for the night. And at this point, Rast's kind of coming out the door and returning back from the back of the house. And he's come back with an old weather-worn guitar in his hands. And he's no longer wearing his gas mask and has changed into a fresh set of clothes, a red wool sweater and dark slacks. And the doctor sits down and stares at the campfire, his eyes lost in time for the dance of the flickering flames. And after a few moments, he begins to gently pluck at the strings of the guitar, just so slightly out of tune, and pleasantly croons a centuries-old song. And you're absorbed in that for a few moments. And as he finishes his song, he places down the guitar and looks up to everyone. Have any of you been to Diamond City before? I know Tommy has.
I have, but it was a long, long time ago.
Born and raised.
Oh, okay, we got a couple of locals. Okay.
No, I've never
No.
been.
Well, good thing is you guys will hopefully know your way around. But the problem is you'll also know if you're gonna hope to survive in there, you're gonna have to get some supplies that can be traded or bartered to get yourself in. I went past a locked up warehouse on the way that we could investigate tomorrow. It's well hidden from other places. They're easy pickings for scavengers, so there's a good chance there's still some valuable items inside. Something to think about, at least. At which point he lowers himself to the floor and he curls up by the fire for a night's rest.
Things have changed.
What the name of that plant, you mean?
No. The city, they didn't demand stuff when I was there. But that was a long, long time ago. Probably before the kids were alive, I think. So maybe we need to pick up stuff, as he put it. Well, sleep first.
And with that thought, the four of you find a space on this floor away from the acid rain dripping down the tin roof. And you settle in for a night's rest. If any of you didn't have full HP, I think you all did. Let's whack it back to the top anyway, because you've slept for the night. And yep, you leveled up in between sessions, so you're now 1 HP stronger. And you'll wake up cramped, uncomfortable on the hard stone floor. And eventually, Rast kind of gets the four of you awake and says, hey, did you guys want to go to that warehouse, or do you want to bypass it? We can do either. I don't mind.
I'd like to go and have a look.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always useful to have a snoop around, pick up things of use and value.
Hell yeah.
From the looks of it, it's a pretty good one. I think, you might find some good stuff in there. You're hopeful anyway.
Happy Tommy's going to come. I'll come with.
Well, you got to get home at some point anyway, right? So the five of you head off. And you walk for a good while. And you eventually reach a small clearing along a burned out row of buildings. And just behind those buildings is an old warehouse. Not much larger than a house, and its windows are barred from the outside and appear to be boarded up from the inside. Its entrance is a set of wide doors, held shut by 2 heavy, padlocked chains. A rusty sign near the door reads, Green Brothers and Company. No parking. Keep clear. Spray painted beneath the sign in faded red letters are the words, Hell is empty and all the devils are here. how are you planning on getting into the warehouse?
The boarded up windows,
Hmm.
are they nailed from the inside or from the outside?
They are nailed from the inside, but you should be able to force them or pry them quietly if you want to be sneaky about it. There's the padlocks on the front door. There's another option as well.
We'll just kick them in, right?
Well, if they're nailed from the inside, then you can just push.
Force from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the power, right?
I go up to the doors first to
Mhm.
feel the chain in the lock. Is it still sturdy, or are they worn and torn by?
You kind of give them a good shake around and a pull, and they feel quite sturdy still.
Then I'm going for the boards.
Okay. So you're going to head to one of the windows.
Yeah.
And Augusta will try to pick the lock for the chain.
Okay.
Okay.
So if Augusta wants to pick the lock, that's going to be perception plus lockpick. If Old Torman is going to have a go at the doors while he sees Augusta trying to pick the lock, the windows. You can do it in two different ways. You can do it relatively quietly, or you can try and do it a little bit louder and just bash it in. So you could do. Feel free to shout out suggestions, but if you strength athletics to try and bash it in, if you're trying to be quieter, maybe something more along the lines of a stealthy roll. So maybe strength plus stealth.
I do not perceive me as being specifically stealthy in this situation.
Yeah,
Brute
I said
force.
it's sneak, not stealth, just to be specific. And you are 0 in that. So
it's brute force.
Yeah.
Someone put nails in it. I'm gonna remove the nails and the shutting door by other boards by them with the nails.
And you're also acting as a very good distraction.
Yep.
Brilliant. So what did people roll? Has anybody rolled yet?
I haven't rolled in. Strength plus perception.
Brilliant. Hey, that's two successes. 2 successes because you used a tagged skill for Augusta Byron. So that's a lockpick.
Yep.
So because you rolled underneath your tagged skill, that counts as a critical success. So better than just being a 1, you had it on up to whatever your tagged skill was. So Augusta, you managed to pop the lock, and the chain kind of drops down to the side. Stealthy, quiet, nice and simple. And the door begins to kind of slide open as you're removing the chains. Is Old Torman going for the window at this point?
Yeah, I probably did it at the same time.
Yeah. Augusta was using Old Torman as the distraction while she was picking. He's making noise and pushing.
Perfect.
I'm trying to find the dice when it's not a skill.
If you pick your skill, so in this case it would be strength plus athletics. So it's the default athletics option.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go. And then if you ever need to, you can always change those numbers just so it's easy for you in the future. And we've got a 12 and 13, so no successes. As you go to bash the what looks like plywood or chipboard inside the window, and as you punch it to smack it out, you hear a thud as it hits what must be some form of like metal railings on the inside, like a security bar or something. That kind of rattles away, and the sound echoes throughout the open space in front of you. But Augusta, you find the door open, and behind the door you see more chipboard.
God damn it.
Let Tommy show you how it's done. No, just get up and give it a big
nailed
kick.
from the inside.
So
You're gonna give it a big kick.
Yeah, she pulls the door open and goes, God damn it, more chipboard. Stands to one side for Tommy.
If we're gonna kick it, we're going to do athletics plus strength again.
I have no idea what that even is. Am I good at that? Who knows? Athletics and strength. Let's see. It's
You kick open the piece of wood, one massive piece of wood. And as you do so, your foot goes through the chipboard, gets lodged in the chipboard, and then you fall through the door. And so you're now trapped, not trapped, but your leg's trapped underneath this giant piece of chipboard that you're stood on because it's so big. And so you can't get your foot out because you're stood on it, but you can't get off it because your foot's trapped in it. And you're stuck inside this piece of chipboard as the other 4 of you see the inside of the building. It's dark, entirely unlit, except for the light coming through the doorway and a few rays of light that shine down from some holes in the ceiling. Seem to be fist-sized holes dotted about the ceiling. And the rows of metal shelves are mostly bare and having long since been picked by scavengers over time. And Rast steps inside and clicks on a flashlight beam, shines it down the center aisle. And crouched over sits a ghoul, a young woman with scraps of flesh falling haphazardly away from her cheeks. She's chewing on her own arm, slurping decayed meat from the bone while she stares off blankly at something in the dark. As 3 other ghouls lunge for you. Tommy Doyle being on the floor, 2 of them are going to be attacking you as the next one goes for Augusta. They're going to come in. Let me find my feral ghouls. I have so many things open. Here we go.
I told you I'd get you.
The first 2 attacking Tommy on the floor.
Can I position myself in the way?
It's going to work. It's not going to work. You wouldn't in this instance. So the way combat works in Fallout, because they start the combat, they get their initial turn. So it'd be the same if you initiated combat, you get to go first, and then we go into initiative. So because they had the knowledge of you making the noise, they start off the combat, get basically a free round, and then we can act as a normal initiative.
But feel free to jump in front of me next time because that's cool by me.
So let me see. So body plus melee. I'm aiming for. Sorry, my stat isn't working, so I'm gonna have to roll this manually. There we go. So, the first one misses. He kind of lunges and trips over the chipboard, falls over to the other side of you. the second one
Come at me.
Comes in, notices his friend fall to the floor, and has another go. He's going to roll critical failure and a success. So, complications. That's going to be tricky. He steps on the chipboard and gets his leg stuck in the chipboard as well. just within arm's reach to attack you. So he's going to do a total of... Why not are my dice working? Let's just do it all by hand. There we go. They do a total of 3 damage with a radioactive effect.
Yeah.
So I have to check what the radioactive effect does. Why is none of this? This character just doesn't work. It's weird. Give me a moment.
Put this on my status sheet.
I just need to check what it actually does. I think it does radiation damage. But I'm just going to check. So damage effects all the way back here.
Book reading. That exciting part of RPGs.
I know, right? The other one's nice and simple, so I'll roll the other one while we're doing this. So the one that's going towards Augusta gets 1 hit as well. And it's going to... not 23. That'd be too many. 3 dice. There we go. He's gonna do one point of damage as he kind of slaps you on the face. It doesn't do a lot of damage, that one. Do you have any damage resistance on your... Oh, I didn't roll a thing, did I? Because that doesn't work. So it would attack your torso. Do you have any armor on your torso?
Augusta's torso.
Yeah.
Have I got any armor? Power armor health is 0, so I don't know. I'm guessing I don't have any armor.
Okay, perfect. If it's a 0,
I'm wearing a lab coat and a vault jumpsuit, so
So yeah, if it's 0 and physical, it probably doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it's 0 and physical.
Perfect.
So to mark that I've been hit, do I click on the little green box in the torso tab?
I would mark it
Or
off your
the
your health.
off the HP instead. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the little green. So in Foundry, we have these little green boxes on our character sheet. Essentially, if somebody manages to do 5 damage to one limb at a time, that gives you an injury to that limb, and that marks how many injuries you've got on the limb.
Ah, okay. Yep.
So I think that's how it's set up there. So because I only did 1, you don't take an injury. But if I did like 6 or 7 damage, and you didn't manage to deflect it or something, you would take an injury on top of that.
Yep.
So in this case, you're fine. Yes, when you
I take 3 damage, and
you'll take 3 damage plus 2 radiation damage. So that's what I eventually got to the effect. That's what the effect does of radioactive. So every time you roll an effect dice or effect symbol on a dice, it's going to do 1 damage plus the effect. So that's 3 normal damage and 2 radioactive damage in this case. And radioactive damage lowers your total health you can heal up to until you get cured for radiation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to lower my total health by 2 as well.
Just put it in the radiation tab for now, and then we can do the maths in our head. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that puts us back into initiative order, as the ghouls have just had their go. So I have one of the characters not playing at the top. That's not right. So we have 2 people with initiative 11. So we've got Hazel Johnson. Do you want to go first, Hazel?
Sure, can do.
Why not? What would you like to do? So you've got one ghoul that seems to be trapped next to Tommy, who is also trapped. You've got one that's kind of jumped all the way over. And then you've got one that's in front of the door, kind of swiping at Augusta at the moment.
That's the one that's done like the major damage. Is that right or not?
No,
sorry,
it's the one that kind of fell on top of.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So the one that actually did the attack is the one that I would like to retaliate against.
Perfect. So the one that's kind of trapped in the floor. Perfect. Yeah. So you're gonna swing down. It's gonna make it a lot easier.
I'll use the laser pistol.
Brilliant. So if you're gonna fire down on them, their defense is 1, so their target number is 1. It's pretty simple to hit.
I say that happened.
I probably just jinxed it.
Alrighty.
Not any worse than last week's rolls.
I know.
Well, let's find out, shall we? So let's do a roll.
Not too bad.
1 success.
Nice. So you succeed. Do you want to roll your damage as well, please? They have no armor. So your gun doesn't. Does your gun have an effect? Piercing 1.
Awesome. Yeah,
so
piercing 1.
It would have ignored armor, but they don't have any armor. So you're going to be doing 3 damage, which they take straight to the. Where did you shoot them? We didn't aim, did we? Location was the left arm. If you don't choose to aim, it's randomly rolled. It always rolls it just in case you haven't chosen. Cool. One thing I didn't mention last week, actually, when we're in combat, you get the minor and major actions. One of those minor actions is aim. So if you wanted to aim at a specific body part, you can do that. We just forgot to mention it.
It's a bit late now, Chris.
Yeah, it's okay. You hit him. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that's 3 damage to the one that's kind of rolling around on the floor a little bit.
Get the hell off, my friend.
Next up would be Augusta with initiative 11.
So there's this one that's right up in my face, having hit me. She hits it right back.
Perfect.
She hasn't had time to pull her pistol yet, having had this thing just charge straight at her. So unarmed attack, she's just going to go straight and try and dunk it in the head.
Go for it. I'll roll that attack. Target number 1.
Nice.
So I wasn't paying attention. A success. Nice. So you hit. So do you want to roll some damage as well?
It's that one.
And as you're kind of picking down the lock, I guess you're kind of on one knee. So you're low enough to hit the right leg, apparently. As you go in and you just pop, smack one of them for 1 damage.
Yep.
Nice. It kind of buckles a little bit as you punch it in the leg, but it easily kind of rights itself and gets back up. Your hand is kind of squishy with this green kind of flesh that's come off it. They've definitely been in there for a long time. Next up, let's go with Old Tallman.
Tallman raises his bat, says something along the lines of "batter up," and make a double-handed swing at one of the ghouls' heads as it were.
Nice. I'm going to presume the one that's nearest the door that Augusta just hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Roll to attack. So it's again target number 1. So we got 1 success. Sweet.
Yes.
So you swing your bat and you strike it. Did you say you were aiming for a certain point then? Oh.
I aimed for the head.
Perfect. So you hit the head and you smack it. Roll some damage. Oh my god.
That was impressive.
Now remind me, between sessions you picked up a new perk.
Yes,
That new
I
perk
did.
turns this to vicious.
Yes.
It turns your melee, 2-handed melee weapons to vicious, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So that makes all of these effects that you just rolled, those 2 effects, are actually damage as well.
So it's
that makes a
9
total
damage.
of 9 damage. They only have 8 health. As you swing your bat, and the head comes clean off the body, and it flies through the air, and it lands and blocks one of the holes that was in the roof, and kind of like, another little bit of light is blocked out.
Oh man.
So that one of the ghouls is gone.
Home run.
That was a very good swing.
Oh,
Happy. Happy, what would you like to do?
Yeah. I ain't looking too happy right now. I want to get my gun and bash the head in of the one next to me.
Sure. But it's going to be a little bit harder because you're kind of trapped, but the other one's trapped as well. So it kind of evens out as you're both trying to smack each other. Are you going to try and shoot it with your gun? Or are you going to try and punch it with your...
No, because I've got the basher perk.
Okay.
So when I make a melee attack by bashing with my gun, it gains the vicious damage effect. And also if heavy-handed, I get a damage bonus increase of 1. So I figured I'd just...
Nice.
In my panic, maybe I'm not shooting. I'm just trying to bash it instead.
Totally makes sense. Yeah.
So do I just
slashing with your
roll?
gun?
Do I click
Against
pipe gun?
vicious? No. So in this case, roll unarmed. You're using the gun as the weapon, but it's not doing the damage, so we can't really roll pipe gun.
And I don't have to do anything with the perk. That just kind of.
Nope, should be good. Yeah, don't worry. I'll add those in. So we got 1 success. So if you want to roll damage for your unarmed melee attack.
How do I do that? Sorry.
So it should be the 3. It'll be like combat dice next to the actual attack you just rolled. So you've got unarmed. You've got on your character sheet still.
Yes, unarmed.
So you've got 3 dice and plus 1 dice. Roll that. So if you click on that, it'll roll your combat dice.
No, is that right? No, I'm just rolling.
No, there you go. That one. So you do 2 damage. You don't roll any effects, so the basher ability doesn't come into account in this case. You said the other one was heavy-handed.
So increases my damage bonus by 1.
Plus 1. Melee damage plus bonus by 1, which means you get 1 more dice. So let's add.
I just add a dice. I click add.
Oh yeah, go for it. I forgot that was there. Hey, and you get 1 with an effect, which means you'll do 3 normal damage plus the extra 1 for the vicious. So you'll do 4 damage to this one that's lying next to you, and it's looking rough. It's like you've taken a good chunk out of its arm and its shoulder, and it's kind of falling apart as it's trying to lunge forward, and its arm falls off. But it's still alive.
So you come for Tommy, I come for you.
At which point this ghoul tries to react, and in its last-ditch attempt to kind of strike with its arm flings forward with its claws, and it falls off, and it reaches for your face. It's going to do an attack, but it's not going to do a very good one if it's getting rid of its arm at the same time. But its last-ditch attempt. It's gonna get one success, and it's gonna do a whole 3 damage plus 1 radioactive damage. So you've taken a good chunk of damage from him, but he's looking really, really disheveled, and it's basically collapsing in on himself. He's that damaged now. The other one that's kind of fallen over to the other side has got up, and it sees old Torman with bashed its friend's head off to the sky. And it's going to turn and it's going to jump for old Torman. He's going to come in with a total one success, so that's not too bad. And he's going to do 2 points of damage and 1 radioactive damage. So don't forget to mark the radioactive damage as separate, but it all comes off your health.
Let's see, where did he hit?
Oh, we didn't roll for that. 1 second. 2 is, I believe that's the head. It's not in that one, it's in this one. I think he's hit the head.
Okay, so 2 damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Question about the radiation. Does that affect me?
Good question. I haven't really thought that through. For now, we'll say yes. I will have to have a read of that, though. I keep forgetting we have a super mutant on board. But it will affect you a little bit, but I'm not sure to what extent. So we'll count it as normal damage, and then I'll have a quick read in a minute.
Yep.
But at this point, Rast kind of steps over, and he kind of wrangles his way past old Torman battling this ghoul off to the side, and Augusta, and he pushes forward to Tommy Doyle, and he reaches in, and you feel a sharp stab in your lower leg, and you see a stim pack just kind of draining into your leg. Heal 4 HP. As he quickly tries to exit and sneak back out again. He's definitely staying out the way.
Thank you.
But that puts us back to the top of the initiative, though. So, Hazel, it would be your turn, as you've got old Torman fighting one alongside Augusta. It's kind of a little bit blocked. And we've got one that's basically falling apart next to Tommy Doyle after that last punch.
Sure. Well, I think it's going to be pretty hard for me to hit that one over there. So let's finish this one off.
What are you going to attack with? What do you have?
Oh, laser pistol.
Laser pistol again? So you're going to fire down at the one on the floor?
I'm just looking to see. Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. So roll to attack. It's going to be pretty easy to hit this time, which you definitely do. Roll some damage for me. Oh, ouch. That thing is completely obliterated, and it's done so much damage, it cuts through the chipboard, and with your laser pistol, it kind of melts a little bit before it dissipates, and it melts just enough to create a little gap for Tommy to get his foot out.
There you go, brother.
Right, cheers.
That's very relaxed for a fight. Augusta, what would you like to do, Augusta?
She's going to go in for another. So can I take my switchblade?
Yeah.
And then see if I can slash this one that's attacking.
Certainly can. Yeah, roll to attack. Like I say, it's going to be quite easy because old Torman's kind of grappling him at the moment, so they're kind of preoccupied.
You just had to say it,
And
didn't you?
you
had to say it.
Hey, at least you didn't drop it this time, though. So
No.
The blade is
I
a lot
throw
shorter
it.
than you remember.
Yeah.
you lunge forward, and this ghoul's so malnourished. You strike a piece of what you think would be his stomach, and it goes straight through his stomach, and you rip the clothes off.
Yeah.
And you see where his stomach would have been is just, it's so small and thin. He's just got nothing in his torso, and you fortunately don't do any damage.
Yeah.
But that takes us back to old Torman, who is in front of this character and knows how small he is because he's holding on to him. You can do something with him now. What do you want to do?
Can I swing with the bat, or am I occupied in?
Totally can. No, it's fine. So yeah, you can kind of push him back a step to give yourself a swing.
So I shove him back
Perfect.
in the chest and two-hand swing as.
Go for it. Are we aiming for the head again?
Yes, that's the ball.
Always for the ball. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh, interesting.
It's a tagged skill as well.
So yeah, you do manage to hit. So definitely roll some damage. You gain an AP for the extra one you didn't use. Unless you wanted to use the extra AP now, but might as well save it, I guess.
No.
So yeah, roll some damage. And then we need a complication. Oh my god.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage as you strike this head. What happens to this head as you swing for it?
It's still attached. It was only 7 damage.
He's definitely
not
dead, though.
attached. But it's not attached by much.
Okay, it just kind of goes backwards like a Pez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think like in the first Alien when they hit the android.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, this zombie head smacked with the baseball bat, falls to the floor. The 3 zombies are now gone. I say gone, they're dead. But there's one still in the light at the end of the corridor, and it's seen or heard the 3 thuds, and it smelt the blood from the damage you took, and it gets up and it starts to run forwards, but it doesn't get very far. It's Tommy's go, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
There's one ghoul left who's kind of running towards you at the moment. You're now free of the trapped ankle.
Can I try and rather than try and kill it, can I just try and intimidate it away? Because I'd rather not kill the ghoul if possible. I feel a bit sorry for them.
Yeah, you can try. What skills would you use for that, do you think? Maybe you could try speech. You could try
Yes.
being a little bit more aggressive, maybe somehow. You can combine these skills any way you want to. So if you think of something and a method you want to do, it uses X and Y, you can do that. You don't have to go with the given skills that are in the book. So maybe if you're going to wave your gun around to threaten it with your gun, maybe you could use small guns and charisma. Just because you're not.
Yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, I've still got my gun on me.
Yeah. So that'd be a target number of 9.
And it'd be 7 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's roll that.
So still with the 2 dice. Nice, you succeed. So this ghoul sees you point the gun, and it sees the destruction that's kind of wrought around you, and it thinks twice about approaching, and it stops for a moment, and it starts to climb the shelves, and it kind of stops on top of the shelves and kind of crouches down, hidden as best it can, but it doesn't attack, and it kind of slinks back into the darkness a little bit, but you don't hear it drop back down. Mm-hmm. But as you kind of gather yourselves, you do keep hearing the kind of the shuffle of the ghoul on top of the shelves, as if it's watching, just making sure you don't come any closer. But yeah, that's combat is over for now. Tracing back a little bit, I just double checked. So Old Tormund, because he is a super mutant, you don't get affected by radiation or poison damage at all. So you just take the normal 3 damage. Was it 3? Was it 3 in total, or was it 2 and 1 radiation? I can't remember. You've got it.
2 and 1. 2 and
Perfect.
1.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'll try and remember that for next time. No radiation damage for you. But yeah, you're inside the building now. You've probably got an opportunity to try and scavenge quickly as a group. Being the fact that the ghoul's still there, you probably don't want to get yourself trapped and locked. Not locked in, but you don't want the door to be blocked. So if you like, you could take your time and like have a little scavenge around. Just kind of what you're here for.
Yeah.
And it gives a good idea to use a group role. So a group role in this game works in the way you have a leader who kind of leads the role of the activity. So between you, you'll need to decide who does that. And everybody else gets to roll to see if they add 1 to that success. So 1 success to that pool, I should say. So everybody can roll the same thing. But only one person has the leading stat.
And what stat is it you're using for?
So searching for stuff, scavenging, is perception plus survival.
Survival.
So if we want a meta game, my total there would be 8. Because let's face it, that's what everyone does at the table.
Yeah, you can metagame it, or you can just say, "I was in the room first."
I have 9, I think.
Nice.
Well, is it perception plus?
Survival.
I have 9, and it's a tagged skill as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got
I think
7 in total.
Yeah, me too. I think Tommy would probably want to be leading the charge, but probably his leg still hurts a bit and is probably behind a little bit, pulling
Hey,
himself up chipboard.
hey, tall man, you're taller than all of us. So can you see anything up on the high shelves?
Yeah. What can you
I'll
see
have a
from up
look.
there?
You say it that way, it makes sense now, doesn't it?
I'll have a look, kids. Keep an eye out for that rotting thing if it comes
So-
back.
Old tall man, if you could roll me the actual checks, so perception plus survival. If everybody else could roll me 1d20,
1d20.
using their own attribute plus skill. So it's still the same target number, but only 1 dice for everybody else. So
Oh,
Tommy's got a
Same
complication.
attribute and
so
skill.
that's
Sorry. Yeah, no,
It's okay.
I've not done the right attribute.
Right,
and
it
skill.
doesn't matter. You rolled a 20. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can do the maths. It's fine.
Oh, well,
So
Chris,
old tall
if
man's
the
got
skill
3
is
successes.
tagged and I roll
Yes.
under, what
Yes,
did that mean?
that is a critical success. So normally it would just be a 1. Because it's tagged and you roll underneath it, you do get to have 2 successes instead of 1 for that 1 dice. That's why you have 3 successes in the chat.
I see.
And it looks like we only add 1 more to it. So we have 4 successes. You only needed a 0, so you definitely succeed. Would you like to use any AP to roll extra times on the loot table?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Like I did it before. I don't know if this was right or not, but do you want to look for something specific with your AP point?
Hey, Tommy,
So we got ammo, armor, beverages, weapons, and magazines in this place. So you got 5.
Tommy,
different
you're
things
from
to
the town. What would be a good find to barter with to get inside?
I think probably ammo. But yeah, look for the big guns, the big stuff.
The big stuff.
Ammo for guns, yeah.
Like a shotgun or something.
Guns
more
are
ammo.
always
Yeah.
good. Hey, if you find a shotgun, I've got some ammo.
So then we're looking for
Fun.
weapons.
Weapons or
Perfect.
ammo, yeah.
So if you want to go for weapons, okay. If you could roll me 2d20.
Someone who knows where the dice are can roll. Doesn't have to be me.
I can do it for you if you want. 1
I
second.
don't mind doing it.
I'll go
I
for
can
it.
roll.
Yeah.
Just take the attribute and the skill down to 0.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just ignore the results. We're just going to
Okay.
take the numbers from the dice.
Ah.
Yeah. This is just to get a number out of 40.
See, this is why you shouldn't have me roll.
30. Oh my god. 33. Please tell me that was right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
33.
Go on.
So you do find some ammo. You find 8 rounds of 5.56 millimeter ammo. Whether that's useful to anyone, I highly doubt.
Could be useful for bartering.
Yeah, exactly. You were specifically looking for weapons. So let's go to the clothing first. Where's the clothing gone? There's so many tables in this game. You find a hood or a cowl, it says here. I'll let you choose which. So you find a cowl? Hood or cowl? It's up to you. That's something you can trade. So that's not too bad.
Cowl is in like a monk's hood.
I think so, yeah. Magazines, probably the more interesting one. So let's do that one next. If I have a magazines table in here. That's interesting.
Ballistas and boobies.
Why do I not have a magazine table? Okay, I'll come back to that one. But you do find a weapon.
Yay.
So, you rolled 33. Oh my god. You take a while, and you think it's getting to the point where it's like, I'm going to have to get ready to go now. It's been a while. The sound of the feet shuffling has kind of slowed down and eventually come to a stop when you find what looks like a huge box. It has some form of military kind of symboling on it. So kind of similar to like a Brotherhood of Steel logo, but old. And you kind of crack open the crate, and inside you see what looks like a pristine minigun.
A minigun.
A minigun. Which I think you might have just got 8 bullets for. I think it takes that ammo. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Yeah. So you
So
can
a
fire it
huge
8 times
box.
in a massive box. I mean, a minigun is a big weapon. So
Oh.
old Torman can
Like a little-
Old Torman could easily carry this. It's fine.
So you'll see on my.
So it's more like a.
Yeah, a pistol for old Tallman.
Yeah.
So for anyone who isn't sure what a minigun is, you know that scene in Terminator 2 when you have Arnie like in the building shooting at the police cars with that great big spinning.
Oh.
That's like a minigun. But the insignia on the box, the Brotherhood one, I've actually got that on a piece of my clothing, maybe on my shoulder or something, as I'm a member of the Brotherhood of Steel.
You are.
And I look at this as you kind of pull this heavy crate down from the shelf or wherever it was. You can see my eyes widen, and as you open it, I just go, "Hey, Tallman, I know this is from my people, but I think you should have it."
Whoa! This was a group search.
Yeah, but
Shouldn't we use it for trade to get into the town, the city?
sure. If we don't need it before then, but if we have to use it,
I lift it with one hand, feel the weight of it, take the bat in the other hand.
dual wield.
The bat is better balanced.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy's going to pretend he's not impressed, but he is.
Could old Torman roll me one more time a D20, a single D20 this time?
One more time.
Thank you.
Single E20. Okay, let's
Single
see if I can do
D20, please.
that one.
Yeah, this is the last thing you find. It's the magazine I mentioned. 5. You find a publication called Duck and Cover, the single magazine that's still on the magazine rack at the exit of the store, and it's the last thing you grab on your way out as you leave.
And that is what gets old Tolman more interested than the minigun, the magazine.
Nice.
It's like, oh, new material. Petunia, we're gonna read tonight. And he puts it in his jacket.
Between us, remind me that you've got that after the session, and I will give you the text about what it does. Yes, if you're not going to read it till tonight anyway, problem solved. But essentially, magazines in Fallout, because you guys haven't played the computer game, they do give you temporary perks for reading them. So some of them give you like improved stats for a certain amount of time to help you pick a lock, or to do science rolls or charisma checks or stuff like that. So there's a lot of tables because there's a lot of stuff in this game, and that's why magazines play a big part in the computer game. But you now have a copy of Duck and Cover,
which is all about ducks and geese and how best to cover them.
How best to cover them, yeah.
Thinking more about duvet covers with,
Yeah.
But Dr. Rast seems relatively impressed with the way you guys handled that, especially the fact you guys gained a minigun. It's like, that's going to do well in Diamond City. They'll be after that, I tell you. You'll be able to get in anywhere. And you
That's what I was
continue
just
on.
about to say. We're getting anywhere. And just kind of repeats what Dr. Rast has said.
At which point you continue traveling on, because you do still have a long journey ahead. And you travel on for several hours through a bright, uncomfortably hot day. And Rast leads you around several dangerous areas as you get closer to your destination, informing you that many of the ruins near Boston are home to raiders, gangs of powerful super mutants, and insane robots who believe America is still at war and will fire at any moving target. And at long last, the scorching day begins to cool as the sun begins to slowly dip over the western horizon. At sunset, the breathtaking skyline that was once Boston rises before you like a ruined mountain of crumbling brick and melted metal. Black smoke rises lazily in the distance between two towering, ruined buildings. Rast crickles his nose, taking in the sight for just a moment before he kneels, forces open a manhole cover on the street with ease. Super mutants. They pretty much own the streets between here and Diamond City. Trust me, this path may stink to high heaven, but we're on a trip for biscuits. The sewer's the safest way. You going in?
I look at the manhole opened, and will I fit?
Well, hey, if you put the weapon down first, and then you'll squeeze through. It'll be all right.
I try.
It's a bit of a squeeze, and as you kind of like get in, your shoulders get a little bit stuck, and you have to get a little push. But yeah, the sweaty bits kind of help it kind of go down, and you kind of squeeze through the short tunnel into what was the lower sewer level. And when you reach sorry, go on.
Would I know that that's the best way, I presume, to get in and out?
Yeah, you know it is dangerous. Yeah. You might not necessarily have taken this route being a single person on your own, but as a group, it's definitely going to be safer to not have to rely on other people being stealthy and things like that. So you probably take the safest route, even if it does smell, over the more dangerous kind of hiding from people route. But you reach the bottom of the ladder, and you're greeted by the foul smells of sewage, mold, and old rot. The sound of slow-running water echoes from the dark tunnel's cavernous walls, and a small pathway wide enough for two people travels some 30 feet onwards. Alongside the path, dirty water some 10 feet wide runs along at a slow pace, bordered by another walkway on its other side that leads to a set of rickety stairs leading up to a metal catwalk. As you stand before the two different paths, Rast calls down as he begins to descend the ladder from above the street. Let's shake a leg, friends. The sewer may be better than super mutants, but all kind of uglies live down here. And you have a bit of a choice now. Would you like to take the path that is more obvious and Rast kind of directs you towards? Or do you want to take the walkway on the opposite side? It does mean you'd have to cross the sewage to get to the walkway, but you've kind of got those two options that are viable to take. They both lead the same general direction.
What would make us want to cross the smelly sewage over to the walkway on the
unknown joys of a corridor that isn't on the floor? It's hard to say. You've got a 50-50 choice of where you go.
Augusta's like, it's really smelly down here, and look, if following you, Doctor, is the quickest route. I'm following you. I do not want to be wading across all that stench to head off down random corridors.
I think
Agreed.
we've dealt with enough shit already today.
Exactly. Let's go this way. And he leads you off down the walkway. And it leads through to an alcove, and beyond that, to a long stretch of dripping sewer tunnels. The sounds of unseen vermin skittering about in the darkness reverberate throughout the area. And at last, you come upon a larger alcove. Rast shines his flashlight about the room, revealing a heavy metal utility door just ahead. Unexpectedly, the light also reveals that sitting up against the wall next to the door are the mouldy bones of a dead man dressed in rotted workers' overalls. The corpse is still clutching a bottle in one hand and a note in the other.
Note.
And I grab the bottle.
Yeah.
And Tallman is instantly attracted to the note. More text to read.
I'm hoping for alcohol.
Tommy, you grab the bottle and you kind of give it a swill. Completely empty. It dried up a long time ago. Tallman, you grab the note. Give it a quick read. It's a hand-scribbled note. And it says, "What a gas. Looks like the joke's on me. Ha ha ha." And that's all it says.
Guess he died from farting.
It's pretty strenuous activity.
I hand the note to Hazel.
Go on then. What is it?
You look down and see the same note. "What a gas. Looks like the joke's on me. Ha ha ha." Written down, scribbled in his own writing.
I fold it up and I pass it to Augusta.
She takes it, reads it. "What a gas. Looks like the joke's on me. Aha, aha, aha." This came off the dead bloke.
Yep.
Has he got anything else on him? I mean, do we think this might be something to do with the stench down here?
I sniff in the bottle as well, just to make sure there wasn't like anything other than drink in there. Just a little.
Okay. 1 moment. I just want to check something. Could I get 2d20 roll from Augusta? And Tommy, as you kind of take a sniff at the bottle, you can smell what was obviously quality bourbon at one point. But by the time you've got to it, completely gone.
You think we should avoid lighting a fire?
I'm just going to keep sniffing that like it's, I don't know, candy.
How are we getting on with your dice?
Oh, I think Erin might have frozen.
Oh, there we go. We'll come back to that. So as she starts searching the body, she picks up what looks like something out of the pocket of this moldy character. And the next thing you know, you hear a skittering sound from behind, and suddenly 4 small, I say small, crab-like mutants with soft shells covering their chitinous bodies come aggressively skitting out from the connecting tunnels ahead, with the antennas attached to their faces twitching madly as they attack, without warning, with pairs of short, small pincers. Small, sharp pincers. They attack and they lunge forward for everyone. The first one's going to go towards, let's say, Hazel. I need to find my characters again.
So Hazel goes, "Ah, damn it!" And yeah, it's going to be. Are they attacking me or do I?
They are going to attack
later?
you, but again, my dice aren't working today, so it's not being very helpful. 4 roll. So they're gonna. Oh, nice. They get 2 successes. So they're going to do some damage as I gain some AP. They are going to do a whole. Let's see if this one works. Nope, none of those want to work for me today. They're going to do a whole 2 points of damage. I'm just going to check something. I think that's it. Yep, they do 2 points of damage.
Okay, now I've got a resistance of 1 against
physical. Yep.
So does that mean I take 1 point?
You only take 1 point. Yeah. Okay. So I can't roll on the location table. So they're smallish, so they're going for your legs. So as long as you've got some armor on your legs, yeah, you're good.
I better double check that.
Yeah, double check that one. The next two
I have.
are going to go for Old Torman. Get a pen out my face. Old Torman being the next biggest target. So one of them's going to hit, and they're going to do a total of 2 points of damage to Old Torman, physical damage. The next one that was attacking you is going to come up, and he's going to... Oh, this one misses. So the other one kind of gets kicked away from your boots. And the final one goes towards Tommy. And completely misses. As it kind of gets distracted by the moldy smell. It kind of runs around in a circle in front of you. So there's 4 of these Mirelurk hatchlings in front of you. When I describe them as small, they are more dog-sized. So they're not really small. They're kind of Labrador-sized creatures. Just imagine like what's the hermit crabs? A little bit like a hermit crab, but really big. So yes, we go back into initiative, and I've lost my notepad. Top of the initiative would be Hazel. What would Hazel like to do?
So I'm literally just gonna try and. I'm wondering if I should, for a change. I've got like I was gonna say I've got a multi-tool. That's not really much of an attacky thing. Have I got any? I've got a combat knife. There we go. This one that's gone to attack me. I'm just gonna grab my knife and just try and kebab it.
Quick stab. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll to attack. These are harder to hit, so you're gonna need 2 successes, which you did.
Nice.
So you gain 1 extra AP. So that's another 1 in the pool. Roll your damage. They don't have a lot of damage, these things. So you should be able to do some good damage to it. You don't have any effects. That does 3 damage against it. As you kind of stab forward and you kind of skewer it, and you see its legs go, and it gives out a little as you kill it. 1 of them is dead. There's still 3 in front of the 4 of you. Let's go to Tommy. What are you doing?
I'm gonna slip on some knuckles.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna punch it right in the shell. There's no face, I guess. Yeah. Right in the shell.
Yeah. In the biggest.
Yeah.
Roll to attack. Like I said, they are harder to hit, so you're gonna need 2 successes. You weren't here last week, so just so you're aware, you can add extra dice. You can buy more D20s. You do have 2 AP, so you could buy 1 extra D20 if you liked, or you could just try and punch them.
I'd try my luck, gambling man.
Go for it. So you will need 2 successes. So you get 1. You also have luck. So we addressed that last week. We haven't this week yet. You can use your luck to re-roll some dice. So luck can do a number of things. So you have a certain number of points based on your luck attribute, and they deplete until we finish a quest line, basically. So you'll have a certain 5 luck points to spend throughout the game.
Yeah. So if I'm on 7, I'll just reduce it to 6 now and roll again.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just going to double check what you can do so everybody knows. Page 20. So, along with re-rolling dice, so look at the draw, you can add a detail to a scene. Stat deck, you can use it for a skill test instead of your normal attribute in case it's higher. Lucky timing, you can go in the initiative whenever you want because the initiative is really kind of structured. Or misfortune, where you can re-roll 1 d20. Or 3 combat dice if you like. But you're going to re-roll that 1 d20 where you missed. Did you manage to succeed?
This isn't a skill test, is it though?
No, you're just going to re-roll that 15. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry. Whatever you roll, we know you've got 1 success already.
There we go.
We'll take the first dice that comes up.
Oof, well,
Perfect. A 2. That's okay. You get your second success. So you manage to hit. You punch this creature down at your knees. You kind of punch it down onto the floor. Roll some damage for your knuckle dusters. See how much damage you do.
sorry, just checking how much damage. How many dice do I need to roll? 5.
So it should be on your it should be on your weapons tab of your character sheet.
Here we go.
Woo! Oh damn! How'd you kill this creature as you're punching it?
I think I don't know. Maybe I'm just like so pissed off that there's no bourbon. I'm just like smashing it into the ground and not stopping it, just into a pulp.
You're just punching it to a pulp. You're getting a chopped crab salad going on. While that's happening, old tall man, you have one of these creatures in front of you. Oh, no, you had 2, didn't you? Sorry. So 2 creatures are in front of you, being the biggest target. What would you like to do in front of these guys?
I'm gonna go for a downhand, 2-handed swing. Just
Nice.
smack
Baseball bat again.
straight down. Baseball bat,
Yeah.
full power, right on the carapace.
Perfect. Roll to attack, please. And again, they are quick and they're kind of dodging around. You can see you're kind of trying to get your aim right, and you swing down, and you only get 1 success. Would you like to spend a point of luck to re-roll that 18?
Do I need to do that to hit something? Yes.
Yes. So because these are quick, they've got a defense of 2. So
Yeah.
you need 2 successes to do
A
this one.
reroll coming up.
Yeah. So in certain situations, that target number will go up and down. Generally, if you're doing ranged combat, it goes up and down. Or if they're prone, for instance. So yeah, if you re-roll, do you get exactly the same numbers?
I don't
You
know.
can re-roll 2 dice now again, though, right?
No, you can only re-roll 1. So what I've been doing is taking the first dice that comes up. So you rolled an 18
Oh, I
again.
see.
So unfortunately, you kind of swing your bat down, and you clunk, and you miss, and it kind of scuds around your feet. It goes to bite you on the back of the legs. The one that's going to come up against you is going to do a total of how many successes? No successes, and he misses as he's too busy dodging your baseball bat, just swinging and flailing around. The second one that goes up to you is again probably going to have the same problem as he kind of bites down on your legs and again misses. We're rolling really high. And the last one that was available, I think, was in front of Hazel. So the last one is going to try and pincer Hazel's legs and finally gets a hit. So they're going to do a total of a total of 3 points of damage against Hazel.
Okay.
Against your legs. So if you've got any armor on your legs, minus the
No,
damage.
I have. That's still 2 points though. So
Perfect.
you mother.
That takes us back to your guys' turn. And we've got Augusta back.
Yay.
Augusta,
Sorry.
it's okay. I'll let you catch up. We'll go to Hazel first, being top of the initiative. You just had one bite you on the legs. So Hazel, what would you like to do? There's 3 of them left. 1 in front of you, 2 in front of Torment.
Are you gonna make me spend an action to change my weapons?
It's a minor action to change your weapons.
Yeah,
so
I don't need it. It's fine.
You get
I'm
1
just
minor,
gonna
1
use
major.
Stabby. So one of those.
So
That
2
would be
successes. You
nicely.
stab down with your combat knife again. You've hit. So we do a total of 2 damage with a -1 piercing. They have no armor. Well, I guess they should have armor, shouldn't they? Maybe I just didn't write it down right.
No, they've got no
But
armor.
they
They've
are
got
young.
Absolutely no
shell.
armor. Soft
They
shell.
are, yeah. They are young, so they are soft shell crabs. You stab in, and you've done a good bit of damage as you pull the knife out. You see the pus and the liquid kind of spew out of one of its what would be a shoulder of one of its many legs. It takes a fair amount of damage. Augusta, we've got 3 little Mylurk hatchlings, so crab-like creatures that are kind of skittering around on the floor. They're quite quick, so they're hard to hit. And they have this kind of little pincers, razor-sharp pincers that keep snapping at your legs. What would you like to do on your turn?
She pulls her pistol and just starts firing. Just tries to aim.
Fire away.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, if you pause to aim, give it a shot.
Okay, let me just find it up. It's all right. Foundry's just telling me it doesn't like me. Right, here we go.
I'm having that problem today as well, don't worry.
Yeah, it keeps moaning about my resolution for some reason. Right, here we go. Let's just aim. Oh,
So you've got
goodness.
5. That's okay. I'm just going to check that aim as a minor action. You can re-roll 1d20 on your first attack roll with aim.
Okay.
So your 1 miss there. Oh no, did you get 2 misses? Oh, I thought you rolled a 5. Oh, my bad.
No, I rolled a 16 and
So
an 18.
with your aim, you could re-roll 1. With a luck point, you could re-roll the other one.
I shall
If you're willing to spend a luck point.
I will spend a luck point, which takes me down to 4. And I will then
you can re-roll both. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good maths.
Select the dice you want to re-roll. That one and that one.
Nice.
Hey, even
not much better.
worse.
As you fire your pistol, it bounces off the floor. I would also double check that you didn't fire 2 bullets then as well. Just re-rolled it.
No,
I've never checked it. Perfect. It fires off the floor, ricochets up and into what looks like a sewage pipe, and it starts spewing sewage out on top of you. Yeah,
Shit
it's
shower.
horrible.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That is a future complication for getting into Diamond City.
How close quarters are we? Is it just over her?
It's just over here, yeah. It's just spraying over here. Yeah. It's
Leading the GM.
Pure fluke. We have... Who did we have next? It was Tommy, wasn't it? Tommy.
Oh, is it me now? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm on it. I'm gonna give it to me. Come on, let's do this thing. I'm gonna.
You turn it around to the next one.
Yeah, just on it.
So you see one of the 2 next to Old Torment, and you go to smack one of them. Go for it. Roll an attack. Yeah. So again, defense 2, so you need 2 successes, which doesn't quite happen this time.
Doesn't quite.
It's up to you if you want to spend more luck, but it won't reset till the end of the game. Literally the end of our campaign. So I'd be careful with it. You go to punch down, and unfortunately you miss as you kind of dunk onto the floor, and you kind of things go with the right vibrations coming out of it. Old Torman, you see Tommy kind of punch down onto the floor. The 2 of you have missed now. There's only these 3 left. One of them looking pretty wounded. Give it another swing.
I will. Let's see. My character sheet closed. Just a second.
I have to add as well, the aim minor action doesn't necessarily say it's only with ranged weapons either. Whether that's a typo or not, it seems weird to aim a baseball bat, but you could aim a baseball
2
bat.
successes.
Nice. Roll your damage as you swing down. Same again, you kind of get all your force into it.
Splat, motherfucker.
1, 2, literally. What was that? So 1, 2, 3, 5 points of damage as the one in front of you goes, and you hear it as it kind of spreads across the floor. That's another one dead. There's 2 left. One of them looking really injured. But it's their turn again. As he sees his friends kind of get splattered, turns, and it's going to lunge for you. Going to try and grab your pincers again, Old Torman. It's going to come in, and it's going to get so many successes. It's going to do really well. 3 is a success. That will do. As he rolls 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. This was a good pincer.
Where does he hit?
Good question. They're so small, I'm going to say it's got to be the legs.
The ankle.
Damn.
Left leg.
Achilles heel.
Left leg.
Middle toe.
you lose a toe. Yeah.
Still have health left. Sure.
The next one is kind of in a little battle with Hazel. So he's going to go for a pinch against Hazel. Does get a success as well. So just manage to hit. As they do 2 points of damage against Hazel, reduced down to 1. Did you say you're taking a bit of damage now, Old Torman?
Yes, I have quite a lot.
At that point, as Rast sees the pinchers come in and kind of slice the back of your leg, you start to see the blood kind of not spewing out, but dripping out of your leg. It's visible now that you're damaged. He kind of leans over and he kind of jabs a stim pack into your shoulder and kind of sprays it into your arm. Heal for 4 HP.
That's a little better, at least.
Hazel, we're back to you.
And I think Hazel's going to just keep stabbity, whichever one's nearest.
Nice. The one in front of you is taking damage. That one's still kind of loitering around your feet. Feel free to have another stab.
I'm going to try and de-loiter it. Let's see.
Go for it. Ooh, that's
not great.
Oh, wow, your target number 7. That's quite hard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, is that right? I can't remember how that's determined.
It probably is. It should be your melee plus strength. I think it is for.
Oh, it's melee plus strength. Yeah. My melee's not great.
Yeah, you're definitely more of a shooter.
Yeah,
but you could shoot things. You do have a weapon.
Yeah.
You have an empty minigun you could fire.
I've got a laser jobby as well, laser pistol.
That's very true.
I had the knife for some reason earlier on, and I haven't swapped it out yet.
It's perfectly fine. You lunge forward with the knife and you miss, giving way to Augusta to swing with something and try and hit it instead.
I was just moving out of the way. That's all.
You're just moving out the way. Yeah. Augusta, what would you like to do?
She rounds on it and fires.
Perfect. Fire away.
10 and a 14.
You miss as these creatures are super quick. Tommy, what are you doing on your side?
Well, I mean, I think I might as well keep going for the same thing. I don't think it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Critical success. As you were using your knuckle dusters, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm still trying to.
This time you double punch and you get it. And you kind of trap it, and so your dull fists go down onto the floor, smashing it. Roll some damage. Let's see if you can kill it.
And with my heavy-handed, I don't think I've mentioned this last one because it's melee damage bonus, so it increased by 1 on that for my perk.
Sweet. So yeah, add an extra dice. Yeah, it won't have done it automatically.
Yeah. So let's add that in.
Oh, so that's so hold on. So your knuckles don't have any effects, so they don't get any extra. So that is a total of 5 damage, as that's all you needed to kill it. As you kind of pummel this second crab-like creature into chopped salad, and you've got a good lobster roll going on. It's a mess.
These aren't edible, are they? Because they're like mutants. They're not like a crab you'd want to eat.
How hungry are you? You can eat them. So there's nothing. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in this world that you can't cook and eat. If you're that way inclined. So when Tommy offered the noodle cup earlier, that's actually quite good because noodle cups can heal you for health. Food does heal you, but it's something you can't take in combat, and you can only have once per scene. So you can try to take meat off of the creature to then cook or sell or do something with. And depending on the creature, you can do different things with it. So obviously a Lilac hatchling might not be worth as much money as like a Brahmin steak or something like that, guana on a stick, but lots of different things are worth different values. And they are in the compendium if you ever wanted to bore yourself by browsing them all. There are descriptions as well. But there's one left.
Oh, there's one left.
There is one left.
The
last one in front of Hazel, because you've missed it twice now, Hazel. Old Torman, give it a swing. As this one's looking pretty wounded, it's going to be easier to kill now.
And Old Torman goes, "You annoying little buggers!" He's pissed.
You success. Yep, one success because it's easier to hit now because Phil's managed to get rid of some of the legs off it. It's not moving as fast. Roll some damage. You don't need a. You did it. Yeah.
Oh,
This is ridiculous.
11.
You definitely hit as you pummel this final crab, and surrounding you, you've got basically. I think you've done it to all of them. You've got 4 kind of cartoon splats of creatures on the floor. One of them is starting to get covered in swill coming out of the pipe, but other than that, they're relatively nice and chopped and ready to go. But you have made a mess of the floor. Augusta, you disappeared as you were grabbing something out of the skeleton's pockets. Could you quickly roll me 2d20?
I can attempt to. 418.
Okay, so 22. You find some dirty water.
Great.
Lovely. Yeah.
Great.
Just a bottle of dirty water.
God,
That will be in the items if you do want to grab it. But at this point, with the sewage going everywhere, Rast reaches for the door and he pulls open the door, revealing another corridor. And it continues along a maze of dark sewer tunnels. And eventually, it gets to a manhole. But the manhole's on the ceiling. There's a ladder leading down to it, if that makes sense. And at the bottom of that ladder is a small desk lying in the corner of an alcove. And it's splintered into a heap of rotted wooden shards, but you can still see like the drawer handles and things like that to know it was a desk. And beneath that wood, you can see a moldy skeletal hand is outstretched.
Before we do that, can I have scooped up some of the crab meat just to
Totally, yeah.
just to totally clarify that? I'm taking
it's so
some.
pummeled. You can definitely get something. We'll arrange what it is in between sessions.
how
Awesome.
can I do a healing roll of some description as well? I don't know.
Oh, you injured?
I'm injured.
Yeah. Rast will notice that as you're walking between places. He will reach into his packet, pull out a stim pack, and stab you with the stim pack. So you can heal.
Will you do that for me again?
Oh,
These little buggers were annoying.
yeah,
as
go.
hell.
I got a couple left, and he kind of reached in,
But I'm quite happy
stabs you one more time.
Okay.
Too late, he's done it.
Yeah.
Both gain 4 more HP.
You're quite handy, Doctor. Our own little walking, talking
Hey,
healing.
I am a doctor. That's what I do. These stim packs they come really, and like I said, it's my own personal medicine.
Personal mix.
And wander over to this skeleton
Sure.
corpse and just have a look and see if it's got anything like on its person, for want of a better phrase.
Yeah. So if you're happy to remove the wooden shards and kind of scrounge through the pile, you find the corpse of a diminutive man wearing what looks like an old worker's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
You find a couple of bits on him, but the main thing you find is an ancient black and white photo, well preserved. And the photo depicts 2 identical-looking men with exaggerated mustaches and big, cheesy smiles. The men's arms are draped over each other, and each of them carries a fishing rod. Scrawled in a marker at the bottom of the photo are the words, Stony Brook Park, 2076.
Stony Brook Park.
You do find some other stuff, but for sake of time, we'll do that once the session ends, because there is some looting to be had there. But you have your exit back up to the street level, and Rast kind of points and says, "Come on, guys, this is the way to go." And he starts heading up the ladder and pushes the manhole cover up and out. I've just got to fast forward over here. Where were we? I've lost my section. So Rast heads up the ladder. He waits for the 4 of you to kind of follow him up. And as you meet up at the top all together again, you notice you're in a bombed out city street. He dusts himself off from the crab meat and the dust from below, and he points down the street to an intersection. So Diamond City. It's just 2 blocks that way. And he says, "Oh no, oh dear," and his eyes go wide. Bounding around the corner of the intersection is a trio of super mutants. Each of them is at least 7 feet tall, with broad shoulders and musculature. Wielding crude but deadly and oversized weapons, they appear to be having a boisterous conversation. Oh, boss, I think you smacked him in the head too hard. He's talking crazy." One of the massive greenish brown-skinned mutant bellows. Another mutant growls angrily. "I'm telling you, I saws what I saws. It was a horse, nice and white, with a big horn on its head, good for stabbing things." And the first mutant begins to laugh wildly at the absurdity of the idea. And then suddenly, the largest of the three, a super mutant, holding a massive gun, smacks both the others upside the back of their heads. And the large mutant lifts their nose and sniffs around, sounding a little bit like a dog. As a, "Shut up, you two. I smell meat. Raw, juicy humans." And that's where we'll leave it for today.
Oh.
Leave the kids alone.
And we go back into the sewers.
And scene.
Run away!
You're all right. You smell of sewage.
Yeah.
Hey, no need to get personal. And Sanjuro messaged to say in the comments we should hide, and I think that's a great idea. Let's see if we remember that next time.
Let's see how much you remember.
Oh man, that was amazing. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Oh, great, good. Thank
Erin, Joelle, and Emma as well. Yeah, that was really cool. We shall call that a day then. So it has been amazing. Thank you ever so much, everyone who has joined. So Bruce was here. We saw Brendan and Jay. If you did enjoy that, please like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, then please feel free to join our Discord, where there's still possible to get one of the remaining tickets for Oktoberfest. They are exclusive to Discord members, and Oktoberfest is our mini convention we're doing in Nottingham in the middle of October. We're going to have role-playing games. We're going to have fun. We're going to just have a really good social time. There'll also be like a raffle giveaway thing. So yeah, it's going to be great. And until then, we will be back next week for Wasteland Wednesday. Thank you so much, everyone. My name's Phil. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the game. Thank you to Modiphius for making this game. It's great fun. And thank you to Chris for a really exciting session. We'll see you next Wednesday. And until then, I hope your dice rolls are way better than mine. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you very soon.
See ya.